viciousness, reflective of rap music is mostly just garbage and trash, and it's destroyed the minds of an entire American generation and the American society. And who would listen to this shit? Of an entire American generation and the American garbage society. Oh, I never said that. I never said anything like that. I know exactly what I said. Erroneous, misstated. Who are these people on this YouTube? Who does these things? Who calls people hermaphrodite? And who would listen to this shit? People's brains are completely fried. I don't know if it's due to alcoholism, drug addiction, mass hysteria, sociopathy, psychopathy. I mean, what's wrong with these people? What drugs are they taking to disorient their neural synapse? Insult, hate, viciousness, reflective of addiction, alcoholism, psychological disorders. Well, certainly psychological disorders. That's self-evident. Rap music is mostly just garbage and trash. Curly goes on his next appearance on the Nicholas channel. They send me clips of shows that I don't watch. And then Nicholas, my good friend Nicholas, I watch Nicholas channel, Curly. Who would listen to this shit? They send me clips of shows that I don't watch. Destroyed the minds of an entire American society. Garbage and trash. Who thinks this is entertainment? People think that's entertainment. To watch Nicholas channel. Garbage and trash. The moment we all feared has arrived. I'm done. I'm all done. I've had enough. It's time to leave YouTube. And I'm gone. It's time. I've overstayed my welcome. Who are these people on this YouTube? What's it mean? What's it all? What does any of this work? Rap music is mostly just garbage and trash. So my good friend Curly said, insult, hate, viciousness, and Sky Poway, reflective of alcoholism, drug addiction, mass hysteria, sociopathy, psychopathy. The moment we all feared has arrived. Hello, Justin.
Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show, guys. This is the Horology Dungeon. I am the narrative, and we've got an action-packed show lined up for you guys today. What has Mookie done for us lately is what Archie asked. What has Mookie done for us lately? Now, that clip I just played is a Mookie clip, the famous hate viciousness clip. So big shout out to Mookie. Thank you so much for letting me use it. I don't think that clip is supposed to be there, but shout out to Mookie. Thank you so much. What has Mookie done for us lately? He gave us that awesome clip. Let's start out by saying hi to everybody in the chat. We got the Grievance Garage crew here. Urinator narrative equals bullshit. Come and get it. And then we got the leader of the Grievance Garage himself, Watch Nicholas, who says hiding behind people to troll with obvious BS narratives. Woo! Yeah, Nikki, look, I ain't hiding from nobody. I'm here. I'm live. You know, I was live, a week ago when I was talking about Curly, man. I don't need to hide, behind nobody. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, Watch Nicholas. Happy to walk you through the narrative. But appreciate you being in the chat. We got JD MTL, who Tim Wright thinks is me, in the chat, who's saying upvoted. Let's do this. Thank you so much, JD MTL. We got my boy Mikey Cassio GTR from the UK, who says the Soy Wars 2.0 getting heated. Let's get spicy. We got an acquired taste, another Grievance Garage member. Jesus Tan, get a life off these streams. Work and save your money. Well, it is after work right now, so all good. And saving money is something I do agree I need to do. Mike the Mistake. I'd sit right here. I'd rather sit here than watch colonoscopy. All right, that's Mike the Mistake. We got Alan French Fry always in the chat. Tan, bring back Surdy. The Archieverse is boring without him. Yeah, I'm going to go through kind of comments from Surdy, Danny, comments from a lot of people today. Just for you, Alan French Fry, you're always here, so I'll answer this one real quick. Surdy actually wrote in the chat that, the only reason he's not coming on is because he doesn't feel that Archie himself is, really giving a shit about the show. And I kind of told this to Archie. I said, your panelists don't want to, create entertainment. They want to just participate in it, right? When Poway said the famous term, I'm not here to entertain, I'm here for entertainment, there's some truth to that, right? And I think Danny is not seeing the effort from Archie. And so, Danny is saying, look, if he ain't going to put in the effort, why should I? Right. So that's your quick, free 5-second quip on that one on French Fry. But I'm going to get into it today a bit deeper. We got Dirk Diggler, OC. Now, Dirk, I don't know how you survived in the Archieverse. You haven't been banned. You haven't been thrown into the Shadowlands. Like Curly and Mookie, like, contrary to popular belief, have a lot of influence too. And I'm going to walk you guys through kind of what's going on in the background and whatnot. But look, I wouldn't put Curly and Mookie out, and they do have a lot of influence. So I don't know, Dirk. I would. It's treacherous times, man. Just keep your head up, man, because we don't want to see you out on the outside. We got Jimmy in the chat. Nice to see Jimmy, the moderator of all moderators. We love Jimmy. We've got Loose Tooth OC in the chat, reflective of obviously commenting on the Mookie clip. Thank you so much, Loose Tooth. Billy Jeans, OC sent us over. Well, thank you, OC, if you did. Hello, Narrative and Company. Billy Jeans, we're gonna get into it in a second here. Nice to see you, Mr. Skydweller. Otto saying congrats on the Explorer 1. So shameless plug, I did get a new watch. I'll give you guys a quick unboxing because this is the dungeon and we don't really talk watches here. And I know people don't want to talk watches. A lot of people are here for the red meat. But I do have a pick preloaded of the Explorer 2 that I did pick up today. I talked about this obviously on the stream on Archie's, over the last couple of days. Got, an Explorer 40, obviously brand new. Really, really, really cool piece. I haven't owned an Explorer in about 6 years. And I was an Explorer 39. I didn't like the proportions of it. This one's a lot nicer. Definitely not a perfect watch. Definitely some flaws in it, but I'm enjoying it, my friend. Thank you so much, Otto. Appreciate the kind words. I'm gonna pull back up the poll here. We got Happy Meal who's asking if he's banned. Not on my watch, man. You're not banned here, Happy Meal. You're happy to join on the panel if you want. Any comments you'd like to put in the chat, hey, Happy Meal, I'm happy to bring up for you or anybody else that I'm talking about. I thought Curly deleted all the Mookie clips before he left. Well, look, we still got a few like rogue Mookie clips here and there. This is one of my favorites, the crappy garbage and trash clip, one of the best. So I'm really, really happy we had that. Two of my other favorite Mookie clips are the Marcelo birthday clip. I really, really like that one. And one that's not as popular is the Archie Ladyboys V2. That's a really good one. But yeah. Hey, Buckley Patel. Hey, Patel. OC Semi. Thank you, Buckley. Appreciate that. Thank you, OC. We got Andui here. We got a lot of folks. We got Toyota Mo in the chat. We got Home Milk here. We got Higgy Baby here. We got Skyson Boys here. Man, we got everybody. We got Saad. Oh, fuck. I'm getting even behind on the chat. All right, so let's get into it. So first, guys, I put up a poll here. We do have a game we're going to play. We got 70 people watching, so we're going to play this game a little interactively. Hopefully, we'll get a bit more of this, on other shows and whatnot. So the question I asked everybody when they walked in, 42 votes, 67 people watching. Are you excited for the new Grievance Garage game, right? 45% of the chat says they love a wild Poway spotting, but 55% says Fike Watch Nick. So look, we're in that margin of error. We're kind of in that, that margin of error of saying it. So we're going to play the game here, guys. I'm going to put up an overlay, and we're going to kind of discuss. I'll have you guys write in the chat, like, who do you think is who in this photo? This is the game. We're going to name out the characters of the Grievance Garage. Now let me load up the picture here. It's my background on the show, but I'm going to pull up as an overlay here. All right, so this is the Grievance Garage. This is the official photo. We've got a number of characters here on the screen, and we'd love to hear, who you guys think is who on the screen. Now, I'm seeing a Dirk Diggler here. Like I'm pretty sure the fourth one from the left is definitely Dirk Diggler. Like that to me, I think that's Dirk Diggler. I don't know if you guys think that's Dirk Diggler, but definitely Dirk Diggler. The one in the middle is pretty simple. I mean, that's obviously Watch Nicholas. The one on the right looks like Uzi, so I'm going to go with Uzi on that one. The one beside Uzi, so this would be second from the center, that looks like the little leprechaun. I think that's Poway. That's got to be the wild Poway spotting. Yeah, like Home Milk, I don't know if that's Daniel Katz. Like, so Home Milk is talking about, he's talking about the third from the right. And he's like, is that Daniel Katz? And I'm like, honestly, that's what I thought, but I didn't think Daniel Katz was part of the Grievance Garage. So I don't know. Like, I'm interested to hear. Not too tall to be Dirk. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, the fourth from the left is definitely Dirk. Like, so Mike the Mistake says, I see Angelic. Like, if it's Angelic, like, where would Angelic is tall. He's got the long hair. He's big. I don't know which one would be Angelic. So I don't think I don't know if it's Angelic. I don't know if Angelic's maybe the second from the right. I don't know. I was sent this photo. There's no names here, so and it kind of describes the Grievance Garage. So I'll walk you through the photo. Top left, the kind of the core mantra. We have the 3 pillars here. We're talking about the core mantra of the Grievance Garage. We got e-begging, obviously at the center. Money, 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 right? Send money now. We got manipulation, obviously. Lies, definitely. Complaining for sure. I mean, it's the Grievance Garage, guys. Come on. And bong rips. My favorite. Now, whoever made this photo, I'm just going to say one thing. I don't think Nicky Baby does bong rips. He's like me. He likes the 510 carts. So, I don't know if bong rips would be in the category, but Gary Hampson, where's Narc? So, look, to me, the Narc is like, you got the 2 right-hand men of, like, Watch Nicholas here, right? On the right, you see Uzi. That's got to be Uzi on the right from center. And on the left, to me, I'm pretty sure that's the Narc, man. I don't know. Hey, Uzi, fuck you, baby. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure, like, on the left of Watch Nick, right in the center is the Narc. Like, that's what it looks like to me. I don't know how Daniel Katz got put into this photo, but it's pretty wild. Smoked a bong Saturday. Okay, maybe he does smoke bongs. He does dick rips. All right, the dick rips. All right, I'm just seeing if there's any more. Oh yeah, Jax, definitely. Mike the Snake. You can see Jax here. I think Jax is 3rd from the left. Yeah, Mike. I think that's a good eye. Mike picked that one up. Amazing Air Show is saying the blue shirt, so that would be the 2nd from the right. He thinks is Angelic. And yeah, a lot of us think Daniel Katz is the 3rd from the right. I don't know if that's Daniel Katz. But yeah, guys, this is the game we're playing here. So kind of the bottom left, they talk about the brands they talk about on the Grievance Garage, the watch talk that they do. So Jacob & Co., obviously, and Watch Nicholas' favorite. Chopped out day dates. I mean, we see those all day long. Victorinox, Swiss Army, that's a shout out to our boy Crappy. Good guy approved. And then we got Ladies Date Just. I don't really know who rocks the Ladies Date Just, but I'll agree with it. And on the right, guys, the true core, the true core of the Grievance Garage: jealousy, envy, greed, hate, and viciousness. Right? I played the clip, earlier today on the viciousness, but Daniel Katz teeth are on point. Look, I like Daniel Katz, man. I don't know. Okay, we got Billy Jeans who says Doc's Report is 2nd from the right. Now, I think Doc's Report is potentially beside Poway. So I'm quite sure Poway is the leprechaun on the right of Uzi. Maybe Doc's Report's in here. Maybe Doc's report. I don't know. Like, I don't really know what Doc's Report looks like, but maybe, right? Could be. Dr. Bob's Nightmares. I got 510 carts, 100 milligram gummies, and a bag of buds. That's what I'm talking about, Dr. Bob. We got Dirk Diggler, OC, $5. 3 weeks ago, if you did this poll, it would be 11% Grievance Garage. Your man-child Curly knows he's losing bootlicker fanboys. Look, I think, like, I don't think that, like, in this sense of, like, well, is Curly creating this? Because no one's really shown me any definitive proof, right? Like, you're saying your man-child Curly knows he's his losing bootlicker fanboys, right? Like, basically saying that, like, he thinks that the core Curly fans are leaving, and or people are just not watching because of Curly. I asked this to Narc this morning. Narc was like, oh, well, OC caused all these panelists to leave. And I asked that question. I'm like, well, who? Right? Like, we can see the Grievance Garage here, and I can name a few of them, and we've named a few of them here, and this looks like a methadone clinic line. Like, we've named a few of them here, but, like, we just don't have. I can't see any one of these guys being a panelist that contributes to Archie. I mean, Dirk's not a panelist, right? Dirk's a troll. And we love Dirk, right? Like, Dirk's cool, but he's a troll, right? He's not a panelist. He's not. Dirk, I mean, how many people on this list that you can see on the screen here are really, like, leaving Archie, right? Like, I don't know. I'm going to take this, maybe I'll take the overlay down because I do have a few things I want to cover. But yeah, like, honestly, like, I don't know, Dirk. I think that, like, I think that narrative is just, I mean, I'm questioning it, right? Like, I'm not hiding here. Like, you guys can ask the question in the chat. I'll answer the question on it. But yeah, I just, when the Narc came in today saying, well, OC was the cause of all this. Archie's show is the way it is because of OC, right? And I kind of asked the question. I said, well, OC comes on once every once in a blue moon, maybe on once every 6 months, whatever, right? Like, he's not on every day. So like, who is bothered by that to the point where they're like, I'm just not going to come on. And the narc really didn't have any answers. He didn't have, yeah, I mean, Mathis, like narc, if I'm there and I'm accessible to the narc and he has questions, right, I'm happy to answer. He's free to ask a question in the chat. But like, the narc is like, he's like, well, OC caused this, or Curly caused this, or Mookie caused this. But I'm like, where's the evidence, right? Like, who is like specific? Because usually, oftentimes, the complaints will come to me. Hey, Curly's doing this, or hey, Jock is doing whatever. Usually, I'll hear it. I just haven't heard it, right? Like, I'm gonna walk you guys through what I think is going on, why Curly and Mookie and other folks are kind of getting a bit of the short end of the stick here, in my opinion, and just kind of see what you guys think. We got Dr. Bob's Nightmares, $5. I like Curly. He can't help calling everyone cocksuckers. It's true. It's true. Curly's good, man. I like Curly. I like his, I like his shtick. And really understand too, like the way he's presenting the drama is relatively new to the Archieverse. Really like him, Narc, Narc. I think Narc was the original clip guy, and then, obviously Curly perfected it and then brought it over to Watch Nick, and him and Watch Nick were doing it, and then we obviously see it there. Like, look, that's his shtick, right? That's what he does. That's his content. When Archie says, "Well, what content do they create?" That is actually his content. Like, you can't deny it, and it's something that a lot of us enjoy watching. I enjoy watching, right? Like, and even during this whole situation, I'm like, it ain't like we're not going to get our fix, right? It's not like Curly's disappearing, right? Curly's, he goes where, he's welcome, and where he wants to go and enjoys to go, right? And he's a volunteer like everybody. I think a lot of folks don't understand that about him. He's not like Bear. He's not like Lux, right? He's a volunteer. If anything, he pays. I think that's one thing Archie didn't even address, is Curly actually pays money. He's paid thousands, right? So, I'm going to go into it in a second. I'm going to run the clip from this morning's morning show, and I'm going to comment on it. Just want to give you guys a bit of a teaser, an appetizer of what's happening. Mathis says Narc makes good donors leave for years now. I mean, look, Mathis he's been very vocal about this on the Narc. And look, like, I mean, I've heard that about, from some people who just don't like the Narc, right? They're like, well, I'm not coming on because of him. I've actually even heard the I guess the message around, like, it kind of centers around the whole protect your panelist thing. Like, I've had other people who've called me and said, hey, less people are going on the panel because they feel like, they're going to get hazed, and they're not comfortable with that, right? And a part of me I understand that about it, but like a part of me is also like, I can remember the first time I went on the Archie live stream, and that was a concern that I thought about at the time too. It's like, it's no different than it was 7 years ago. So it's like, the question then is like, isn't it just a constant? And that's really something that's not going to it's not going to change. But look, let me get into the clip from this morning. I want to bring you guys up to speed, and I'm going to comment a bit about it. Archie and Lux are doing a bit what I thought. I mean, I took it as a bit of a victory lap, but I'll hear what you guys have to say on it. And let's see what these two guys were up to this morning. And let's get into it.
Chat with a guy today.
Yeah, what kind of guy?
And
what guy? Which guy?
I was talking to my friend Mental Jock today.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know whether you should have burnt Curly.
Well, hey, Archie's the boss, so it's up to the boss man.
And I said, "Hey, boo! Hey, boo!"
So this is where Archie's like, look, like, I couldn't help but laugh at this when I first saw it, because like, he's actually making an effort, right? Because I think Curly felt like, what the fuck is this? Like, everybody else gets victory lapped and gets like an excommunication. Like, I'm one of the most controversial characters in the Archieverse, and like, well, you're not even giving me a proper goodbye. Like, what the fuck is this, right? So at least Archie's putting some effort here.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Curly, stop making money for me. Hey, boo!
What did he say to
boo! And I said, Mental Jock, Curly served his purpose. He took all my leads.
Yes.
He fucked off.
So was that the purpose? Like, he served his purpose? Because right away when you hear that, right, Curly served his purpose, which, look, I don't actually disagree with Archie in the way he sees it, right? He saw Curly as, somebody who was volunteering and making him money, right? Like, I mean, that served his purpose. And then he said Curly took the leads and or made his own channel, right? Is that an inequitable, unfair thing to say or ask or do? I don't know. I mean, he currently wasn't the first, won't be the last. Archie hasn't had a problem with it up until now. I mean, had a problem with it years ago, but I thought he moved past the whole stealing my lead stick, but guess not, right? Watch Uzi, $10. I'm definitely Archie top 5 super chat in the last 6 months. You may be. You may want to ask Mookie or the Mookie board. They keep track of all the stats. Amazing air shows video. See my above post. Let me pull it up. When Curly dug for Mike the Snake's work location and car details and found it on a Facebook page, rather than keeping it private, he doxed him publicly to make fun of him, and that was wrong. I never saw that, so I'm not sure if that's even true. But yeah, I mean, I've known Curly a while, and what I do know about him is that guy does not care to bring any of this to his, his what he calls the real life. He's happy to, go into his, in his man cave or whatever, have a bit of fun, and then that's it, right? He doesn't really care to, go have a Lou Malnati's pizza with Tim G, right? So that's kind of where it is with Curly. So
he gave me the 40% shakedown.
Yes.
Shake, baby. You got a friend in Curly. You got a friend in Curly. You got a friend in Curly.
Don't forget the other punchline.
And,
What does Mookie does so much for us, Archie?
Mookie does so much for the Archieverse.
So this is where they're both fucking stupid. Like, I know for a fact I've super chatted like hundreds of dollars, and I think a lot of us have, to see a Mookie video, right? Like whether it was a new Mookie video. I mean, how many people love the new Lux video, the wow video, right? Like it kind of, if you could talk in the Archieverse, like it really went viral in that sense, where like it was very well known. People were playing it. People watch Nicholas even he even refers to it. Like it became a bit, so I mean, what did Mookie do for the Archieverse? Well, I mean, he did give those videos for free into StreamYard and people paid for it. So no, I think Mookie did contribute to Archie's financial benefit. That is the truth, guys. I'm telling you guys unbiased. I'm not going to be completely, on Mookie and Curly's side here. I'm gonna talk about the other side as well, on Archie's side, but I think this is an unfair statement. I think Mookie has contributed a lot, helped Archie directly make money. And not only that, I mean, Mookie does also super chat. So, I mean, I don't know, right? So Curly's response, Craigslist, amazing air show. Mike made it public, didn't dox, dickhead. I also bought yeah, it's true. He did buy the only Mike Snake art piece from the Archie's team. Yeah, and look, Curly's always been a supporter of Mike the Snake. Like, I don't, in my mind, have a doubt that, like, Curly, it has a very, very positive view of Mike the Snake, right? To the point where, I mean, he did order the I don't know if it's a vase or whatever, the artwork, and it came in the wrong color, and he still kept it. So I mean, like, fuck, like, I can't really say that Curly's trying to get out to get Mike in that sense.
Yeah, and you know what the latest is, Archie? You
got a friend in Curly.
Your friend Curly is taking all of your content from like 10 years ago and replaying it all on his shows.
That's actually a good idea. Like, why the fuck are you two idiots not doing that? Like, that is a great idea. I've always told Lux and I've told Archie, look, like, if you don't have your mojo right now, I'm going to get into the mojo part in a second. If you don't have your mojo right now, like, you had your mojo at one point, so why don't you play some of those videos and give us some commentary on it? Like, what was going through your mind when you made it? Like, you agree with those opinions? Archie's got like a gold mine. He's got years worth of content for him to just run. And that's the case. Mike the Snake says it wasn't the wrong color. He told me blue a number of times. LOL. Look, the link's there, guys. Curly can hop on if he wants, say what he wants. Same with Mike the Snake. All good. I'm going to keep going here because I wasn't around. I don't really know that story, so I'm not going to speculate. I don't want to. If anybody wants to say what they want to say, I'll bring it up in the chat or y'all can hop on. But yeah, look, like, playing old videos, he's complaining that Curly's playing 10-year-old videos of like Nana Kim. Or like, I mean, everybody's seen those videos. Like, it's not like he's showing us something that like is groundbreaking that nobody's seen before. So like, what's the fucking problem? Like, I always looked at like Watch Nicholas or any other these periphery channels as fan channels, right? Because that's what they are. They speak about the universe. They speak about the main show. They speak about the characters, right? Like, it's just fan fiction or whatever, right? In that sense. So I don't really have a problem with that. I don't really understand why these two have a problem with it, but apparently that's something that they think is wrong.
Yes, you gotta love him, hey?
Hey, he's got fucking 10 years worth of content he can steal.
Yes.
So,
You got a friend that I said to him, by the way, don't play any more of my shit.
yeah, he hasn't listened to you. He's playing all your shit like an hour ago. So we might have to move on to phase
I gotta
3.
tell you another mental. I gotta tell you.
So when you're talking about not playing my stuff, right? This is where it can kind of go on both sides, right? Like Curly, in all fairness, I mean, fair use is fair use, right? Like he can play content, he can comment over it. That's completely fair use. He can create content off that from whatever, right? He doesn't just do it on Archie's show. He does it on Tim's show. He does it on O'Sheen stuff. He does it on politics. He does it on a lot of things, right? There's nothing wrong with does Lux have a vagina? He doesn't just do it on that, but on the flip side, from Archie's perspective, Archie has also helped these guys. And I'm going to defend Archie a bit here, guys. Like Archie did support, everybody he speaks about. There's two camps he's talking about here. He's talking about Curly and Mookie, or basically the Mookie channel, and JJ, right? Like Archie did help all of those channels, right? And all of those channels helped Archie. Like let's not say that it's just a one-way street. So a guy who has helped you and who does request that you don't play his content, like if you have respect for the guy, you may adhere to his wishes. If you're at war with the guy, you're just going to tell him to get fucked. But look, like I can see both sides here. If Archie's like, I just don't want you to play my content, right? But hey, Curly doesn't have to respect that because of fair use.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Say it. Come on, this is entertainment.
Excuse me. He
This
built
is entertainment.
he built a market share.
Yes.
It's a good comment from Brody. Archie has no friends, literally no friends. Harsh but true, and you all know it. Fike you, work for free. I think there's some truth to this statement, Brody. I don't think he has a lot of friends, to be honest with you. I mean, I've met the guy a couple of times now, and I've been with him in some situations that you would not see it on the stream. Like, for example, his sister came over in London, and I was sitting there when they were having conversation. Like, I've seen him outside of like the streams in that sense. So I would agree that the guy does lack friends. I think that I think that if you're seeking a friend in Archie, if that's why you come here, you're going to be disappointed. I think that's why Bear was significantly disappointed, because Bear did a lot of what he did because he felt that this is my friend and I'm helping him and I don't mind helping him out. I think Bear eventually realized that Archie is very transactional, right? He's happy for anybody to run a show and make money, right? Like he's like, my platform's open to everybody if they want to go and have a stab at doing live streaming, right? And some of us, like me, we just like doing it because, hey, we got an hour to kill, hour and a half to kill. You want to just talk about something and just go with it, right? And you're comfortable doing that with people in the chat. Like that's me, right? And there's a few of us out there that are like that. Curly's like that, and other people that just want to have a bit of fun, And then you got the folks that do it for money, right? Like Lux, and other people that specifically do it for money. So there's a lot of different camps, I think, in the Archieverse on who comes on to the streams and whatnot. And there's a lot of folks that just volunteer because they just want to be part of it. And I think this is the big punchline, Brody, is, Archie needs to facilitate the discussion. He needs to have discussion going on his show that people want to participate in, that you want to click the link. It's not a who can I send the link to who'll hop on because they're my friend, right? Because like Brody's saying, more and more people are realizing that this is an entertainer, customer relationship, which is actually a good thing, because I don't want to mix friends with this kind of stuff. I'd rather just, come on here, talk watches, troll Archie a bit and then fuck off, right? Like I'm not here to, this isn't where I'm meeting my friend circle necessarily, even though there's a lot of people I do call friends here. But, I think if people come to that realization that it's not about, or if Archie comes to that realization that it's not about who are my friends that are going to hop on the link, but it's, if my discussion is engaging enough or it's interesting enough, then people are naturally going to want to hop on. So that's really where I see it, and where he could improve on that. But that's the case. He has no friends because he doesn't know cultivates relationships unless he benefits beyond friendships. I know a lot of people like that too, though, Brody. So maybe that's not real friends, or people get taken advantage of like that. But look, if you're comfortable with the relationship you have with them, and it actually can be a really fun place. Like, you know, Narc always says, Tan, you know, you're yeah, I think you're a sociopath or all these things because you don't have emotion when it comes to this stuff. And it's like, yeah, like, why should I? Like, are you emotional? Like, I mean, I'm not the guy who cries when I watch Game of Thrones, right? Like, you know, I'm just not like that. If someone gets fucking axed in Game of Thrones, it's like, all right, like, it is what it is, right? Like, that's the show. You know, maybe Narc is the type to like get emotional and cry, you know, when something's, you know, in movies and stuff. I don't know what it is, man, but like for me, this is a entertainment relationship, right? I'm here to watch entertainment. I like to sometimes create entertainment, you know, because that also entertains me. But hey, you know, different strokes for different folks on it. But that's the case. There's a lot of chat in the chat about this whole Mike the Snake thing, Curly. I don't know if y'all want to take this on, you know, at some point to talk about it because this is interesting. I don't know if Mike and Curly necessarily have the story aligned, or I don't know what's going on. I'm not really following the chat there, but let me get back to this clip and see what Archie and Lux had to say about our friends Curly, Mookie, and I believe JJ this morning.
And then he dumped me.
No, you dumped him. He didn't dump you. You dumped him. Or did he dump you? Which one is it? I don't know.
Oh, look, I don't know what to say. And
can we go into phase 3? Can we move into phase 3? Let's go into phase 3.1.
And I said to him, you know,
that's so good. Speaking of Game of Thrones, Lux is Lord Varys, physically fat, ballless snake. You know, it's funny because a lot of people, you know, actually said that this is Tommy. I think Narc said it. He thinks Tommy was Varys. I don't know, right? Like, because of the kind of, they think Tommy's a puppeteer or some shit. I don't know. Lux isn't really a puppeteer. I think in this situation, what we're seeing is Lux is upset with Curly and Mookie. Curly and Mookie are obviously trolling Lux. They've been trolling Lux for a while now. Not anything new, not anything, you know, that's out of the ordinary, I'd guess. And we've all seen it. And it kind of started, one of my favorite clips actually in recent times was the one that Mookie made of like Lux cliff diving. You know, it's this like big dude with like Lux's head on and he goes like, and he like jumps off the cliff. I fucking laughed so hard. I think I paid I think that's how we found out that the clips had been deleted because Curly was running I think it's a dungeon, or I don't know if it was on the main show. And I asked him to play the clip and he's like, yo, where did the clip go? So yeah, like I think it's around like the fat shaming and Lux doesn't like it. And look, Lux is responding and Lux is, you know, he's kind of pushing hard here and he's convincing Archie, hey, look, like, and look, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on, like what their discussions are about, but look, I mean, Archie does value Lux and I'll tell you guys why if you guys really want to know. And yeah, it seems like, you know, Archie's siding with Lux in this case, and both of them are pretty anti Curly and Mookie. You know, if you really want to understand why Archie is siding with Lux, it's pretty straightforward, right? Like, kind of look at the playing field today. If this was Curly, you know, in the old dungeon, and it's going on every night, and you know, we're making 200-300 a night or whatever, right? Like, yeah, I mean, there's no fucking way Archie's ever dumping Curly. There's no fucking way that's ever happening. But today, Archie, you know, has, you know, been informed, obviously through Lux and other folks, that, you know, Curly's a volunteer, right? Like, he's going to do it when he wants. He doesn't want to be set on a schedule, which is totally fine. And to Archie, that's like, well, maybe he's going to make $150, $200 a week, right? Like, when he's got Lux, who, and again, maybe in Archie's mind, Lux brings in $200-$300 a week, but he's there every day and he can be called on if Archie's in a pinch. Like, he's going to side with that guy. Like, it's super straightforward, right? A lot of people in the chat are like, how can you do this to Curly? How can you do this to Curly? I agree, right? I think it's stupid to, like, you know, shut the door on a guy who, you know, has donated a lot of money, who's put in a lot of effort. Like, a guy like that, like when Archie made the Archie Legends, what that means is that's a legend for life, right? Curly should always have a wrench for life. The guy has contributed enough to the Archieverse that, like, you know, nothing can take that away. Nothing should take that away, even if he gets into a falling out with Archie or with anybody, even with me, right? Like, nobody should take that away. Same for Bear, you know, same for Suckahorn. I'm talking about people that aren't here, right? Like, same for a lot of those folks. Yeah, I just think is just not really the right move. But look, like, I mean, if you're Archie, you got a consistent panelist who's potentially, and again, I don't know if this is true or not, I'm speculating, but if Lux goes to Archie and says it's me or Curly, and you do hear that, it's interesting when I get through this clip, you do hear a bit of that. It's me or him, or me or them. Archie is going to side with, he's going to side with Lux. Like, and that's why, is because Lux is consistent. Lux shows up every day. Lux is the predictable. He's the devil Archie knows, right? Curly, Archie can't control him. He's unpredictable. I mean, Archie's making a business move, and he made this move. It's not like he consulted anybody. He made this move on his own. So let's see what these guys have to say.
No, there's no point. There is absolutely no point in me doing anything with you. I mean, look. Another one is JJ. JJ had the diva. I didn't thank him for coming on the stream quick enough.
But JJ has done so much for the Archieverse, Archie. Why are you going after JJ?
He's another one.
So much.
He's another one. They used me to build their profile, create the audience, and then they have diva moments. I mean, I don't know if you know this, Lux.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here on the JJ one. I do want to comment on this. Yeah, I do think this is really stupid. Like, this is a bit of that victory lap I was talking about. Like, Lux is obviously gaslighting. Oh, what did JJ do for the Archieverse? I mean, JJ was there at a time when Archie had no panelists, right? Like, let's not forget that. When Goldberg and Rancher left, I mean, JJ was one of the guys on the panel, stayed there for years, with Archie, has helped out many times, with Archie. And, even last year, like, the dinner, right? Like, I was coordinating with JJ. It was his dinner. He obviously organized it. He organized the restaurant, but he was also helping us. Like, I was funneling Archieverse attendees into that dinner as well. Like, he's been, a partner, with Archie for a long time. So it is a bit disheartening for me to see this. I've had my my encounters with JJ in the past, and him and I've gotten past a lot of that. And, I just don't think, I'm the type of guy that, like, if, when there's truth, and when there's not, there's not. And I don't think there's a lot of truth to what Lux is saying. There is some truth to what Archie's saying. I'm going to play this again for you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys what I mean by there's some truth to what Archie's saying.
But he's another one. They used me to build their profile, create the audience, and then they have diva moments. I mean, I don't know if you...
Okay, yeah. Like, I mean, JJ definitely got his name. I would say, and I think it's fair to say that he got his name off of Archie's channel. Like, I don't think he will deny that. I don't think anybody would deny that. I think where it really breaks down here, guys, is number one, I feel that they're disrespecting, the work that JJ's done. And I know that that's likely would piss him off, because that would piss me off. Right. I think that's a big problem. But I think what they really mean, and I think Archie's just a bad communicator. I think both these guys are. Is, look, hey guys, I'm in a tough spot. I'm struggling right now. You guys are my friends. I helped you guys out in the past when you guys needed help. When you guys were building your channels, I helped you guys out. I sent you guys the link. I promoted you guys. I hopped on your whatever it was, right? Can you guys just help me out, right? That's really how it. He should have approached it. Archie should have approached Curly. Should have approached Mookie. Should have approached JJ. And even other people that he may have. He's just not tight with anymore, but that have helped him and that have some, goodwill towards him, right? Like, that is how he should have approached it. And that's how he should have said it. Cause I know for a fact, JJ's helped him in the past, right? Like, when Archie had the robbery, I mean, JJ, really asked his group that weren't, now completely separate at the time from Archie's to consider checking him out. Right. And that's when we saw Toyota Mo's and GMTs. And I think GMT may have still been around. I'm not sure, but like GMT was there, and a lot of folks that are core JJ supporters, right? So I think Archie's really like burning a bridge here. I think it's unnecessary to burn a bridge. JJ's not hostile. He's not trying to be hostile. If you guys saw him in the chat yesterday, he said Archie's invited to the dinner. I don't know why he won't come, why he thinks this way. So I think this is a huge misunderstanding. I don't think JJ is the one who needs to really come to the table here. I think this is Archie. So if Archie's listening, he should probably come to the table here and approach JJ the right way. Because look, if JJ does have goodwill for Archie, JJ, I know, would likely help him.
You know this, Lux.
Yes.
Curly stopped making Sunday videos because of you.
Chelsky says if JJ were against Archie, he'd be streaming earlier. Look, I'll be very honest with you guys, and this is not just the JJ, but this is every channel. Like, I don't think a lot of channels would be super successful Rebel streaming against Archie, right? Like, understand, I don't watch the Archie Luxury Show to see Bear Clooney, to see Curly, to see Narc. I watch that show to see Archie, right? Like, I want to, I don't care what he's doing. I want to, if I'm talking about watches or I want to troll him or talk about cars, I'm there to watch him. So I don't give a fuck who's streaming at that time. I'm going to be watching Archie. And I think a lot of people are. So, I mean, I don't think it's in anybody's best interest to do that, but I'd say that, I wouldn't underestimate Archie either, right? Because as much as everyone's talking about other channels and momentums and stuff like that, like very few channels really break the numbers that Archie does get from a viewership perspective. So, yes, would some viewers watch JJ? Sure. But I think over time, I think Archie would still win out in that sense. And it's not really, it doesn't need to be in that point because, a lot of folks are fans of Archie's, including a lot of those content creators, JJ, Watch Nick, like we're all fans of Archie's, right? Like a lot of us watch the show anyway. So I don't know if there's even appetite for that specifically.
Oh, what did I do to him?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I made one comment asking him to look at my thumbnail.
Right. It's all because of you, because you said, hey, stop. You saw him. Stop. What did he say? Stop promoting your channel. Didn't he? What did he say? I mean, it's not like the leads. It's not like the leads came from, these were my leads. These were my leads.
Stop promoting.
Look, there is some truth to that. And again, right, this is where it's a difference of opinion, because I believe that, what Curly does is stuff he created. He may not have been the original creator of that. I think Narc keeps trying to take that credit, that Narc was the clip guy. But what Curly does is definitely creative, and it's something he created, right? Archie looks at it like, well, hey, I gave you the audience to test bed that out on, that you built that off of. So, there is some tie to me right now. My opinion, that tie does not mean Archie gets to wet his beak on Mookie's money. Like, I don't believe so. I don't think whether it's Archie, whether it's JJ, Mookie, Tim Wright, Marco Front, any of these guys, I don't believe they should be kicking back money. Because, hey, like, Archie is not, he does not necessarily contribute to the same level that he did in the past to those channels, and therefore shouldn't expect ultimate loyalty and sharing of. Nah, I don't agree with that. But I do think it's fair for Archie to ask his friends that he has helped out in the past, that, as much as people say, oh, the link is not important or whatever, that link was definitely fucking important to a lot of those channels. Whether it was Archie sending it or me sending it, ask Watch Nicholas. Like, the only reason his channel takes so long to get off the ground right now is because he's not getting the link. Every other time his channels got nuked, I kept sending him the link, and that would send people there, and people would know when it was on, and then he was able to build a following that way, right? Like, it takes him a lot longer to do it. But yeah, like, I mean, Archie did help these guys out, and I think it's fair for him to ask, for some reciprocity there.
Your shitty show, Luxy. Don't come over here as promoting your Archieverse show. I was actually being.
I don't know what to say. You got a friend in Curly.
Here we go, Archie. Here we go, Archie. Come on. First, I've heard this all before. Fike, first and last time I tried to help and be diplomatic in the Archieverse with Archie. Yeah, we've heard that before, Mental Jug.
I think everybody's trying to be diplomatic here. Nobody really wants to see this. The viewers don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. It's unnecessary, I would say, like, to, boot Curly or remove his keys or whatever. Like, fuck, the guy wants to run a stream, let him run a stream. Like, what's the fucking harm, right? Like, the guy wants to do that. Like, who cares? I'm glad they're not banning him, because that just doesn't make sense. Removing his wrench is petty, in my opinion. I think Curly's earned that wrench, and, he's got enough people out for him that, hey, the guy probably should have a wrench. Magpie, £5.50. Thank you so much, Magpie. Can we get some upvotes? Yes, please. Long live the dungeon and its dwellers. Thank you so much, the Magpie. Appreciate you, my friend.
I mean, I don't mind. Actually, I tell you honestly, I don't mind Mental Jock. I don't mind him. Okay, I like him. I personally like Mental Jock. He's
and that kind of goes to Brody's comment, right? Like, Archie's not seeking a friend in any of these guys. He's met all of us, right? He's lived in a house with Mental Jock for a couple of days. Like, again, he doesn't see this as friends. He sees this as, people who are helping with the show, employees, donors / customers. Archie's a business owner. He's a small business owner. He looks at it this way. Is he friendly with people? Sure. Is he going to be your best friend? No.
He's a good guy.
Yes.
But he said to me, "Hey, are you sure you wanted to burn Curly?" And I just said, "Look." And I mean, these other ones, these fuckers who go on the Watch Nicholas stream. I mean, what does Watch Nicholas do? He does so much for the Archieverse. All he does is bitch about people for 8 hours. How about I turn the tide and start bitching about
Yes,
them?
can we do it? Can we do it? People will say,
I would love to see that. Honestly, like that would be some Archie gold right there. If Archie went and started fucking doing clips about those guys and started trolling them, that was the actual Archie lecture of the past. He would go and do that kind of stuff, and you know, and you know, go for them. Yeah, Magpie, we know it's not true, man. Like, you know, me and Nikki have had our differences. I talked to him today. I showed him my Explorer 2, sent him a message on WhatsApp. Him and I chatted about watches for a little bit. Then he put up a narrative on me, right? So it's all good, man. Like we all, Nick and I know the game. We both like to have fun. It's not that serious.
"Oh, Luxy, why are you being such a fucking you know, they'll call me names. Ah, Luxy, this is boring. We don't want to hear this shit. Stop bitching and whining. Oh, Luxy, you're passive aggressive. Come on, let's get it all out. One.
Yeah, Magpie, but it's like the question is that why you're, you know, is that why you're going to watch that show, right? Like most people go there for the fucking juice, for the drama. They don't give a fuck about some MMA guy on the show talking about like, yeah, I like the look of this Explorer too. Like, bro, like who the fuck is this guy, right? Like, well, why the hell do I care what some random thinks of like a fucking Explorer 2, right? Like, come on. Like, I like Nikki. I think that's just like I understand why he was doing it because people would watch it, but it's just not. Is that why your customers? Is that why your viewers watch this show, Nick? Come on, ask yourself that question. We got Gary the Gangsta, 4 British pounds. Thank you so much, Gary. Can I get the link? What does it do? Can I get the link? What does it do? So the link will either auto transfer viewers over, give viewers the option to click to get transferred over. You know, and mostly it's there for awareness. It's, hey, there's a show going on after the show. If you're interested, it's probably going to be drama. It's going to be watches. It's going to be XYZ. And there's a lot of new people who watch our shows that have never seen, you know, all the other after shows, and you know they really want to get into it, right? So the link does help people find places. Now, obviously, when you have an established show like JJ's, who we know is on Sunday Funday or Fridays or Wednesdays, like, yeah, it loses its value. It doesn't necessarily, people know when that show is on, right? So no, you know, again, Archie using the link, the way he's saying it, he should say it in a different way. It's, I've helped you guys in the past when your channels were not off the ground. You know, I've sent you guys a link. I sent you guys a lot of promotion and a lot of awareness. And, you know, hey, I'm at a low right now. Can you guys help me? Right? Like if he approached it that way, like a normal fucking person does, like I highly doubt a Curly, a JJ, anybody is not gonna, you know, help when they can, right? Again, that expectation needs to be level set with Archie as well, right? Like the expectation can't be that like if JJ is going to help or Curly's going to help or Mookie or me or whoever, it's not, it can't be an everyday thing. We're not Bear. We're not getting paid, right? Like sometimes we're paying, like me and Curly, we pay, right? Like we pay to do our narratives. So I think that like it could have been done in a better way, Gary. I think that it doesn't need to be as aggressive, as fucking, as divisive, I would say, as it should be. And really, I don't think it's really given a lot of these guys a fair shake of their contributions over the past, which I disagree with both Lux and Archie on. I think that they either just, I think both of them just don't know. That's actually probably the truth, Gary, is they probably don't even know the contribution, because, and I do, because I was the one actually watching the shows. So yeah, I'm with you guys on that one. Mike the Mistake, $2. Thank you so much. Who says, Tan, can we get a side-by-side of our wrist shots? Yeah, let me see if I can pull up the photo. I gotta make sure I don't dox anybody. You know what? I could probably send this to let me just send this to, WhatsApp, actually. I'll send both photos to WhatsApp. I'll send them to my own so I don't have any doxing issues, and then that'll be easier. Because, yeah, I can definitely do that for you, Mike the Mistake, and you can let me know, or the chat can let me know what these guys like. Obviously, the dungeon, we don't really do too much watch talk, but, but we can definitely do it for friends that super chat, friends that enjoy the show, and yeah. All right, so let me send first of all this photo to myself, and let me get the Explorer photo out. All right, so I'm gonna pull these two up side by side. I just got to make sure that I don't dox, because this is the problem when you use WhatsApp. It's like you got to be super careful of like what you're showing and what you're not showing, just so that you don't want to have people's you don't want to have a lot of folks' info up there. So I'll just show the I'll show the two photos here. Not going to be great angles, but the top one is Mike the Mistakes Oyster Perpetual, beautiful black dial. Love this watch, really cool piece. And then below, you're going to see, maybe I'll be able to, I'll be able to go into it a bit. Zoom out. Is my new Explorer 40 that I picked up today, guys. Really, really happy with the piece. I think it's a really cool piece, and just simple. I haven't owned an Explorer in like 6 years, I think. The last time I owned one, I think it was the one I met Doc BBW for the first time, and I was wearing an Explorer 39. Didn't really like the proportions of the 39. I don't know if it was the bracelet to the case, like it looked disproportionate. Whereas the 40, it's not a perfect watch. There's definitely a few pieces of the watch I'd criticize on. But honestly, it could be a great daily. I like it. I'm going to be probably wearing it for the next week or two. And I'll let you guys know what I think. But I'm definitely a fan of the Explorer. I know my boy Toyota Mo has one. He's in the chat. Magpie says Tan picks up an Explorer. I'm buying a G-Shock. It's all good, man. G-Shock, Seikos, Explorers, whatever. It's funny, Magpie, because Mathis messaged me and he's like, "Yo, like, what? You're gonna pull up in a fucking Ferrari, and what are people gonna say about you wearing this watch?" And to me, it's like I'll pull up in a fucking wearing my Seikos, man. Like I wear what I like to wear. I enjoy watches. I like all kinds of watches, all the way from the top end to low end. That's what you could probably tell a watch enthusiast by a guy who buys an Explorer, specific. I think you're going to find a lot more watch enthusiasts that buy Explorers, whether it's Explorer 1 or Explorer 2. Gary's saying the Polar Explorer 2 is the best Rolex. Yeah, that, interestingly enough, that watch is probably one of the watches that gets the most attention when I wear that watch, the Explorer 2. It's always been the one that people's commented the most on. And actually, Mark Goldberg said the same thing. So there's definitely something to that Explorer 2 that's pretty cool. Uzi, $10. I have about 15 more guests lined up to troll your watch collection. Tan, love it. I will like to see that. Uzi, we got Rich Mitch, 2 British pounds. I've got the Explorer 40, great watch. Yeah, a lot of folks in the Archieverse have it. Like, and a lot of people love it. Like Toyota Mo, I know, loves his. I know Wash Nicholas has one. Rich Mitch has one. I think the Rancher has one. A lot of folks have, and you can get them for retail. I think even on the secondary, if they're used, I think they're going for below retail. So yeah, it's just if you want a sport piece that has history, simple watch, probably a good daily for you to wear, so you can wear your special watches on special occasions or more special occasions. Cool piece. Not like the flashiest watch, if that's what you're looking for. I mean, I've got a Hulk, I've got Pepsi, like I've got like a lot of hype pieces, but oftentimes I just want to fly under the radar, right? Like what I hate about it is like, when we talk about going to Watch Time New York, or we talk about going to London, there's always the group that's like scared about wearing their watch out there because of the crime. And it's just like, yo, like, can I not get a watch that's going to fly under the radar? And I think the Explorer is going to be definitely one of them. Buckley, in the market for the black Explorer 2, had the white. It was great. Yeah, I've actually owned both, the black dial and the white dial. Like them both. I kind of prefer the black dial on the 5-digit over the 40. The newer one. I like the 40 in the older reference over the 42 in the newer one. But hey, like, the black dial is a cool piece. Not everybody likes white dials. Polar is not for everybody. It's unique in the sense that it's like one of, obviously very, very few white dials that Rolex does create, and specifically in the sports line. So Rolex did create, obviously, like even the Explorer had a white dial at one point. I think it's called the Albino Explorer. And I can go into that, on another show, because we're doing drama here, guys, and I cannot get sucked into watch talk. But you guys know I do like my watches, and Mike the Mistake did super chat. So let's get back to the drama here, guys. If you want to hear any more watch talk, let me know. Super chat it in, and I'll definitely pivot as much as we need to.
Once and for all.
That's exactly it. I mean, hey, what do you expect? What do you expect with these guys?
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, JJ has done so much for you, Archie.
Oh, JJ does so much for the Archieverse, you know.
So does
And, you know,
Mookie.
he organized the dinners. Remember the dinners?
Oh, yeah, he's throwing the dinner in your face now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, why would I go to America? Why would I go to America? There's no dinners. I'm going to eat
So that's definitely a false narrative right here, Archie. Because actually in the chat yesterday, JJ was in Archie's chat. Archie didn't pull it up, but JJ had said that Archie is welcome at the dinner. There was never a beef about the dinner. I don't know where Archie's coming from here with this whole like JJ is not going to let me at the dinner or whatever, but completely untrue. I know for a fact Archie's invited, but it's actually Archie who doesn't want to go. And I asked him that question yesterday in a super chat. I said, if all expenses are paid, like if let's say the Archieverse fundraise the $6,000 or whatever you said you needed, like what is your beef? And he's still hesitant. Like it's not about the money, it's something else coming from him, right? So I'm gonna try to dig into it and try to get it out of him. But yeah, I just think that like, you know, it's a little bit more than just the money.
Dinner in your face now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, why would I go to America? Why would I go to America? There's no dinners. I'm going to eat spam. I'm going to eat spam in my hotel room. I'm just going to eat spam.
It's going to be cold
in my
spam
hotel room.
because you ain't going to get a microwave in your room.
Why would I bother? Hey, why? I'm just going to eat spam in my hotel room. Hey.
Oh, he's left. What happened? Marcelo was there. Marcelo, he left.
Oh man, the wash questions keep coming. LV Tan, what are your thoughts on the 15,000 Tantalum AP? I'll pull you one up here. A 15,000 Tantalum. Love the Tantalum Royal Oaks. These are small. I think these were like 30. Yeah, 34. Okay, so I thought it was 33. 34 mil. Now look, Royal Oaks obviously wear bigger than stated size. So if it's saying a 34, it's going to wear like a 36. So if you got a small wrist, would be just fine. Tantalum's a cool metal. AP has they have dived into tantalum. I think they've done a two-tone like tantalum and platinum. So there's a couple of different ones that are out there. I don't know if this one's completely tantalum, but really cool piece. It's going to be unique because you're not really going to find another tantalum one around. So yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, and you can, you know, if it can fit your wrist, man, totally cool. Buckley, Archie sounds like an unappreciative fuckface. Sorry, I know you all praise him. No fucking idea why, but this isn't cool. You know it. No, I think Buckley, it's understanding the relationship, right? Like he's a content creator. You know, he lets us use his platform, right? He lets the entire Archieverse use his platform. Anybody who wants to hop on, you know, and anybody, and he's willing to share the money, right? Like if any one of us wants to run a show, makes money, and hits him up and says, "Well, I want 40% of that," you know, after the cut, he'll do it, right? So it is a transactional relationship, and I think that's where a lot of folks they get confused, right? And Bear Clooney like is definitely one of them. You know, gets confused that like, you know, it's a friend thing, right? And I don't look at it that way. I don't really consider Archie a friend. Am I friendly with him? Sure. But yeah, like he's an entertainer, right? He lets me use his platform. I have a bit of fun with it and I leave, right? Like I don't think it needs to be, I don't think people need to catch feelings, right? So and I know a lot of people they enjoy the verse because of their friends. Now, just because me and Archie are not friends does not mean that like me and Toyota Mo aren't friends, right? I met Toyota Mo in San Francisco. Great guy, spent hours with him, had lunch with him, you know, and Mike the Snake. And, you know, I'd consider those two actual friends, you know, so a bit of a difference. It doesn't mean that we can't have friends in the verse, but the content creator and you aren't friends. Similarly to probably Tim Wright, you know, I don't think he sees people as friends. I think he sees people as part of his show and, you know, they contribute in whatever different way they contribute. But, you know, was Tim going to do that to you guys and not, you know, have your guys back? He didn't have nobody's back. Didn't have this guy's back who even stayed with him, right? Like, so I think that it's just important for everybody to level set the expectations as well. Dirk Diggler, 40% fuck you. Yeah, I mean, I think Dirk would make some decent money on doing a dungeon. I think he'd be pretty good at it. A lot of folks would be, right? A lot of folks. Nelson, Mike the Snake. Have you set up your PayPal? I believe it is Mike the Snake at Comcast.net. Nelson, Mike has said it a number of times on the stream. Mike the Snake at Comcast.net. If not, I can text it to you because I have sent Mikey a PayPal and it is definitely active. So let's get back to the Archie Strem and see what he has to say here from this morning. No audio, no audio, no audio. Let me know if you guys have an audio check here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I had this happen before, actually. If not, I'll hop out and hop back in, maybe. Let me know if the audio is coming back. If it's not coming back, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. No clip audio, so you can hear me though, Jimmy. Right? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck just happened. It like the StreamYard just said the audio was like removed or whatever. It got kicked off. I have weird audio. Okay, that's not really helping. Just no clip audio. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Let me try. So around 1347. Let me try to put this into another tab and see if that works. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can put this in this tab and see if this is going to work over here. Hey, Boo, let me know if audio is back on this clip or not, because I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I just want to know if the audio is back on the clip. I'm going to play it again. Just let me know in the chat. I'll hear you, but no clip. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, it was like playing earlier, but seems to not be playing now. All right, let me run a clip. Let me try to dip out of the show, and I'll try to come back. Hopefully, it'll let me do that, and then maybe that'll work. Just give me a second here. I'll run a clip. And then we will get back to the show.
Insult, hate, viciousness. Reflective of rap music is mostly just garbage and trash. And it's destroyed the minds of an entire American generation and the American society. Who would listen to this shit? He hates rap, it's garbage. I never said that. I never said anything like that. I know exactly what I said. Erroneous, misstated. Who are these people on this YouTube? Who does these things? Who calls people hermaphrodite? And who would listen to this shit? People's brains are completely...
And who would listen to this shit? All right, guys, I'm back. I just dipped out of the studio. Let's see if we can get this clip working again here. I'm going to share my screen one more time. And let's see if this works.
Hey, Boo!
But hey, he's done so much for us, Archie. He's done so much for us. If you didn't
Hey, hey, Boo! Hey, Boo!
Everything should be taken as entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as
man.
factual.
You could go on watch Nick for a couple of hours. Surely you can give us 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think Archie's got a bit of a point here, and Angelic does hop on. Like, you know, if he does see you guys, he does see. It's funny that Archie, either like somebody's telling Archie, Angelic's going there or whatever. I think that's fair, right? Now, again, like, you know, Archie shouldn't expect people to hop on, but yeah, if you're a friend of his and he calls you out, like, I think that's Angelic does hop on later, but yeah, if I were Angelic, I would definitely hop on if you went on Watch Nicks.
Come on, Angelic. You can go on watch Nick and bitch for hours.
Oh shit! Was he on Watch Nick's channel? Was he on Watch Nick? Angelic, are you serious? You know, come on here. We had such a good laugh the other day.
Nacky poo. Hey, Boo!
We're still connecting. He's here. We got a super chat. Will Money, $5. Oh shit, what's happening? $5. Will Money, big boy. You are not holding out on us, are you? Would there happen?
You know, I love Archie. I love Viperize Archie.
Hey, Boo!
Right there, you can tell Narc's MO right away, right? I love Viperize Archie, right? Like, he's reveling in this. Like, if you ever notice, whenever the Narc comes on, it's literally to gaslight and, you know, to either point, you know, really to put Archie down or whatever, to piss him off, right? That's really what Narc's gain is that he's seeking to just piss Archie off. which is no different than most of us trolls like to do. But pretty easy to see. Archie's obviously falling for the shtick as usual. It is funny to see, but to me, it gets a little, it gets a little like it just gets a little old after a while. It's not really that interesting, right? Like y'all complain. I say, I give stale like Patek Philippe super chats. Like, I mean, Narc shtick is pretty boring to me. Like every single time, just gaslighting.
Hey, you! Hey, boo!
Mark, what have you done for the Archieverse?
No, I'm telling you, I get hard.
Narc also went on Watch Nick for several hours. How's the bitching going, Narc?
Oh, shit.
No, I didn't bitch about you once.
How's the bitching going?
I didn't bitch about you once, maybe 3 times, but not once.
Wait, Archie, wait.
Yeah, at least Narc is. I think at least he's honest there, because I would say that's probably accurate.
Let me
Buddy,
give me a second.
Am I
No,
on
give me
here?
a
Hey,
second.
did I go? 1 sec, Fatso. Did I go on your main show today? Yeah. Am I on here now? Yeah. I'm independent.
Archie,
I don't start streams.
no, give me a second, please. Just 1 second, because I want to know something. Because everyone thinks it's me. Archie, who the fuck told you that Narc and Angelic was on? Whose show was it again? Watch Nicholas's show.
We're gonna get to the WN in a second here. We got a $2 super chat from the Freedom Cannon, the Freedom Dollars Cannon. Ryan Hoffray, $2. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, me. 45 tomorrow. Happy birthday to you, Ryan. Toyota Mo Thursday will be 41. Happy birthday to my boy Toyota Mo and my boy Ryan. For Ryan, we're gonna put up again the Grievance Garage game here, since we're talking. We're talking the Narc and we're talking the Grievance Garage. I gotta find the Grievance Garage overlay. Here we go. The Grievance Garage. So we are playing the game. We're trying to figure out, which characters of the Grievance Garage are who. The center we know for a fact is Watch Nicholas. We obviously got Uzi on the right. We got Narc on the left. We've got Poway on the right of Uzi. We got, I think Jax has been identified with a cigarette. He's the third from the left. We're not really sure if that's Daniel Katz, who's the third from the right. But, many of us have kind of figured out some of these characters. So, definitely type it in the chat if oh yeah, we definitely got Dirk, right? Dirk is, he would be second from the center on the left, right beside the Narc. Definitely does resemble Dirk. I think the Dirk one is probably one of the best, but appreciate you, Ryan Hoffray, and let's get back into the show.
Who told you that? Because it wasn't me, because I haven't even watched it. Who's in your fucking ear?
It's fucking you, Lux.
No, it actually isn't.
Ooh, I don't know if you guys caught that right there. Archie said, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna slow it down here for you guys. Let's do this at 0.5.
Who's in your fucking ear?
It's fucking you, Lux.
Yeah.
It's fucking you, Lux.
Actually, suck a horn. Right there. I don't think a lot of folks caught that from the morning show. I caught it, but I don't think a lot of folks caught it. Because Lux is saying that he's the one who's always kind of like, he's the one who's always kind of like getting, he's getting into this whole, people are blaming him and all this other shit, right? Like, so he asked Archie straight up, who told you this? Who ratted all these guys out? Like, who was right? And he says the sucker horn. It wasn't Lux. Okay, so at least we get, at least Archie was honest about that. We got Thomas Burnett gifting 1 Horology Dungeon membership. Thomas, I can't see who it was gifted to, but congratulations to the winner. Thank you so much, Thomas. Always very generous with the Horology Dungeon memberships. We appreciate all of the support.
No, it actually isn't. I haven't even watched it.
Can you? Hey! We got a snake in the grass, Arch.
Who is it?
Hey, Boo! Hey!
Hey, boo!
How you going, Arch?
Hey, how are you?
Who's the guy with the sunglasses and a Red Bull? Let's have a look here, Uzi. Sunglasses and a Red Bull, Uzi. Let's have a look. That guy with sunglasses and Red Bull must be our good friend Uzi. So yeah, on the right is Uzi of Watch Nicholas, who's obviously in the center. On the left, that is the Narc. As far as we've been able to decipher from this image that was sent to us that best describes the Grievance Garage. On the right, the core mantra: jealousy, envy, greed, hate, and viciousness. Obviously on the left, what fuels it all: e-begging, manipulation, lies, complaining, and the ever popular bong rips. But that's for you, Uzi. hopefully, hopefully you guys enjoy the Grievance Garage game we got going on here today on the Horology Dungeon. We do definitely bring some topics when we do live streams here on the dungeon for you guys.
I'm actually glad I've got Angelic here. Angelic, look, share screen. Get rid of super chat. We've got a snake in the grass.
Who's
Get
the
rid of
snake? Oh,
This
shit.
is Timmy's stream. This is Timmy's stream.
Wait, what the fuck? Tommy's on Timmy's show?
Tommy threw me under the bus.
What
No.
the fuck?
Now here begins the attack Tommy part of it, right? So typical narc, right? And again, this is why I say the shtick is a bit old, right? Like typical narc is going to show screenshots of somebody being somewhere, whether that's Mike the Snake on the community or somebody super chatting somewhere. And he's like, oh, look, this person super chatted here. Oh my God, it's the end of the world, right? Because the whole morning show, or the whole intro of the morning show was, Curly took my leads. And so the narc is trying to show, well, all of these other leads are being taken as well. And, Tommy's a snake because he's contributing or he's helping doing this. I think the part that that you guys are going to find interesting is the narc's punchline in all of this, right? His whole big build up, all this evidence is literally to just point it back to well, OC is here and that's why nobody wants to come on. It is like the most one-dimensional shtick. And then I kept telling him, I'm like, dude, just let it go because you're just going to make yourself look bad. I'm going to keep running streams trolling his ass because he just goes back to it. But that's literally what this build-up's going to get to, guys. It's typical narc. It's just, really exciting for a while, A grade. But then when he's got to close, it just kind of fizzles, right?
What's going on here?
Yeah, you got no idea what's happening here, Arch. Tommy took ER over to Timmy's and she dropped $500.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Tommy took ER to Timmy.
Why the fuck would he do that?
Curly spent his 401k, Arch.
So this is the funniest part about the narc too. He's insinuating that somehow Tommy can influence somebody else to spend whatever money of their own that they want to spend, right? Maybe it's the case, maybe it's not. And maybe, if that's the case, Tommy could have asked, and, probably a one-time thing. But the narc is insinuating that Tommy is really kind of just shepherding the leads over to Tim. And I think that's where that's the impact he's trying to go after. But he does fall short because when we hear it's all about OC, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Don't be hard on him. He gave you all his money.
Look at that.
Ooh, that's a boo. That's a
right?
boo.
Tommy, this is what Tommy does, right? He's given up on Curly now. He gave up on you. He's given up on Curly. Look, they've got a full panel here. This is Tim.
Is it time to remove Tommy's wrench or keys?
Yes.
Get rid of him, Archie! Get rid of fucking Tommy's keys!
Destroy Tommy! Destroy him! Please!
Wait, Archie, before you do it, take that knife out!
A part of me believes that Angelic actually wants to destroy Tommy, and a part of me thinks he's joking. That's the funniest part about Angelic. You don't really know, right? But I don't know. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
From your back, Archie, take that knife out your back.
Watch is fatter than your brigade. Look!
This is your money. Look, ER, she dropped $500.
Archie, take that knife out your back that Tommy stabbed her in the back.
It's Tommy's. Tommy did it all. Tommy did it all. It wasn't
Fuck him.
It wasn't Curly.
We're in phase 3, boys. We're in phase 3.1.
No, hey, that's it. I don't think you understand this. Ultra MK top.
So Narc, obviously he's gaslighting, and Lux says we're in phase 3.1. So Lux will start. I think it's around here that Lux starts saying it's me or them type of a situation. Maybe it's in jest, but you do kind of see where the cornerstone of this whole beef with Curly and Mookie's coming from, and why Archie is going to extremes to maybe appease Lux. I don't know.
Stuff going on with Tommy. Look, he's working. He always wanted CIA, right? His hero is a former head of CIA. There's some ultra MK type of stuff going on. You don't understand. You've been weaponized. Curly always wanted you to get rid of him. He didn't want to be the one leaving. He wanted you to break up with him. So now he's a martyr. I don't think you understand. We fucked up. We were played.
Regroup. What do we do, boys?
Now that you got rid of him, he could say
Tommy's reveling. Tommy's reveling.
Tommy the mastermind.
He sent me that song by Bread, the Guitar Man.
You fucked up, Archie. We all fucked up. Tommy played.
And the last verse is about the Guitar Man looking to play anywhere he can because he's the Guitar Man. He's fading away.
See,
what are we going to do?
See, the narrative now, he's a fat martyr, right? He goes, Archie broke up with me. He broke up with me. He got rid of me.
He's in the module. He's doing the.
Am I right,
doing his-
Angelic?
He's removing his
Yes,
keys.
yes,
He's removing his
always
keys.
right.
He's removing them. I can see his. I can see his.
Yeah, no, that's a
Get rid-
removal that quick there.
get
That was a
rid-
removal.
Get rid of Tommy's keys. Did he advise you?
Look at his
Did he
face. This is where he's in his element. Look, he's happy here. This is his.
Get rid of Tommy's keys. Like, you can tell these guys definitely know what they want to get rid of, right? So for those that don't know, Tommy has YouTube keys. He can give wrenches. He can take wrenches. I don't know if they meant his YouTube keys or his StreamYard keys. Obviously, his YouTube keys are more powerful than his StreamYard keys. But yeah, I think that they're trying to get Archie to remove Tommy's keys. But I don't know how successful they're going to be on that, because Tommy is well liked by the Pontiff.
Happy place.
Let me ask you,
Removal.
Arch. Did Tommy advise you to accept OC as you know? Did he wash OC? Was he can't stand him? Did he? Yes or no? Did he try to put lipstick on that pig? You gotta understand. Take his keys off. He doesn't have your best interest at heart,
I actually agree. I told you many times, Archie, that Tommy's a fucking snake.
right?
He's evil. He's
Did I
one of them
get it out
redheaded
loud?
guys.
You know what he tried to do to poor Angelic? Angelic wanted it on a treehouse on his channel. He goes, no. If you want me to come and help you, you got to run it on Mookie's channel. Did he say that? Yes or no, Angelic?
Well, not in those words, but yes, but not in those words. He manipulated me.
All
He
right, let me ask
manipulated
you,
me.
and what was the profit sharing split? How much did you get paid? How much did Mookie get paid? 50-50?
Oh shit, Archie! What do I do? There's somebody in the background. What do I do?
Let him on. I'm on.
Oh, we got the CIA in the house.
No.
Eddie's in the house.
Oh yes.
Come on, hack him, that bastard, hack him.
Look at that.
Get his passwords, boys.
Get him, Eddie.
Get
Eddie
his
is
Eddie.
Go on, Eddie.
Go up.
I love Eddie. I love it. Jefferson Exciting, $5. This is an A-grade panel. It's during my NK Ultra Mind Control. Yes. I love Jefferson. Great supporter.
Eddie is a plant. I believe Eddie's.
Oh,
look at him running code. He's running code.
The script has been activated. Quick, the script has been activated. Come on, Archie. Quick, now is the time. Come on, Archie. Remove the fucking keys. Quick, pull out.
Well, you can definitely see these guys had some energy in the morning. Like, this is not your typical morning show where it's kind of like, let's review the types of chocolates that are in Thailand, and you know what I mean? Like, it was actually a bit of excitement this morning. People were actually like, they're getting into it. At least, that's why I was like, hey, it's somewhat interesting content from Lux in the morning show.
He's got a cougar.
Remove the fucking keys. He's hacking. Come on, Archie. What are you fucking doing?
So, look, this is entertainment. You're actually not bad today. I got to give it to you. You're not bad.
Archie,
No,
quick,
Archie.
you got fucking 30 seconds.
Hey.
I've removed my keys. You need to fucking remove the keys right now. Do it, Archie. Fucking do it.
Oh, he's inside.
If you don't
he's in
fucking
the
do it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Line
Are
up.
you doing it, Archie, or I'm doing it?
Look at. Hey, look at. You actually look debonair there. You look debonair.
We're gonna remove.
Doesn't look debonair.
Remove keys.
Remove Tommy's keys right now before we get fucking hacked.
Let me ask you, Archie. Did he say accept OC? Yes or no? Because he can't stand him. If he said that, he's not looking.
Right away. Okay, so two important points here. I'm gonna rewind it real quick, and then we'll just digest what these two are saying.
We're gonna remove.
Doesn't look debonair.
Remove keys.
Remove Tommy's keys right now before we get fucking hacked.
Let me ask you, Archie. Did he say accept OC? Yes or no? Because he can't stand him.
So again, as I mentioned, Narc's whole build up to this whole shtick around other people are super chatting. Tim and Tommy's over there, and he's shepherding donors over there and take his keys. Like, obviously Lux is like, take his keys, right? Part of me thinks Lux is being truthful and real. Part of me is thinking obviously he's having a bit of fun, right? But the Narc is again he's beelining back to the OC narrative. He's like, did Tommy say to bring OC? Because again, it goes back to like Narc's whole viewpoint that like all the problems go to OC. And, I asked them straight up, like, name me panelists that have left because of OC. And I'll even challenge him right now if he's in the chat to say, like, look, if I removed OC, which I can easily do from the Archieverse, like, I mean, who's going to come back? I'm happy I can do it right now. Like, if people want to come back and if they feel that, hey, that's what's preventing them from being on the show, there's no issues with that, right? But I think that Narc doesn't even believe his own shtick, because when I ask him that, he doesn't even want to respond.
If he said that, he's not looking after your interests. Fuck him off. The redhead gold digging cunt.
Dump him.
Get rid of
Fuck
him.
him.
Off with his head.
Burn him in hell.
What's he doing over at Timmy?
If you don't fucking do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take an executive decision. On my
Do it.
job, be it.
Do it, Luxy. Do it.
I'm doing it live. I'm gonna log in live. I'm doing it, Archie.
Give him his key.
Take control,
Wait,
Luxy.
wait, wait.
It's Tommy. How do we know it's Tommy?
It's fucking
It's
Tommy. The evidence is
evil.
laid out in
It's
front of you.
evil.
Hey, this is just
No, we're losing him. We're losing him. No, bring up the evidence.
Bring him on.
This is just herd mentality. So look, like, Archie's definitely there, right? If you guys think that like Archie's making this decision about Curly and Mookie, like, and it's being influenced by, just Lux or somebody else, another party. I don't think that's true because, he would have just thrown Tommy into the mix as well. Like, I mean, obviously, Narc is showing him that Tommy's over on Tim's channel and ER is there and they're friends, and he's trying to make a connection there by insinuating that Tommy is the one masterminding it all, right? Like, if Archie was going to believe that, he would have done, but he didn't, right? Archie was straight up like, well, this is just herd mentality. This is some straight bullshit. Like, because, I know for a fact Archie doesn't believe that Tommy would backstab him.
You're losing him. Bring up clip 2.
He's evil. Don't believe a word. He handed money, real money. Money.
All right, where's that screen? Let's play it.
All right, come on. Clip number 2.
What's this, Arch? What's this?
Fucking A.
That's your money.
Mark, where's the sound?
Is for winners.
Sounds?
That's right.
We got sound.
Timmy, have a great show. Thank you so much, ER. Happy belated birthday for Sean, too, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Ciao. And also,
Hey
Sean.
guys, look at the ash on this thing.
She dropped more. That was only. You gotta understand. What's he doing on fucking Tim's stream? Arch?
I'm doing it. I'm taking an executive decision.
Do it, Lux. It'll make a man of you.
I'm fucking
Right?
doing it.
Make a man of you, man. It'll make a man of you. Do it.
I'm making
Well,
it. If I lose my job, who gives a fuck?
But you know what
gives
Tommy does? Archie. Where's Archie? Archie, turn the fucking camera on.
Yeah, you
What
turn
he
yours
does-
on, I'll turn mine on.
This is what he does. He goes, ER, I want you to show support to Tim. He controls ER. Ultra MK, mind control. He controls her.
Hey, how many hours were you on What's Nick today?
Was I on your show?
Archie's just beelining back, man. Look, this is good from Archie. Archie's engaged. He's taking a couple punches back. So it's the Archie I used to know.
Morning? Was I on your show last night? I made money for your buddy. Have I asked you 40%? No. Have I asked you for anything? You've offered me, and I said no. Is that
All right,
right?
I've done it. The keys are gone, Archie.
I don't believe it. Show me the proof.
Oh fuck. Okay, I actually haven't done it. Give me a second.
Exactly.
Mental Jock has done a good job running the streams. Right?
Mental Jock's
See,
a legend.
now with Curly gone, right? Mental gone. He's allowed to shine. He's allowed to shine. Shine.
It's Tommy. First he used Curly. Then when he,
All right,
used,
Archie, I'm removing
then when
his
he used Curly up, he went and used Narc. Then when he used Narc up, he went and used me.
No,
Then when he used me,
wrong timeline. It was me first, right? You can stand Curly.
Archie,
Then he-
you give me permission. I'm removing his wrench.
All right, we got Frank Few says Narc is on Watchnik right now. Like, and again, this is what I'm talking about. Let's just show the Grievance Garage here for everybody to see. Obviously, if you do check out the Watch Nicholas channel, you can see all these kind of awesome characters here. We've identified, I think it's Jax. We've identified Dirk. We've identified the Narc. We got Uzi. We got Watch Nick. We got Palway. Some folks are saying Daniel Katz. I don't know if that's Daniel Katz or not. Potentially Angelic and potentially Lust. Now, the interesting thing, though, Frank V, is like, very, very, like, again, if we're thinking of the market that's looking for, really, really the Grievance Garage, I mean, 10 people watching, like, I think Archie's got half the amount of people that Nick has got 10 people watching. Archie's got 5 people just fucking waiting to see his show. So not really something that bothers me. Again, I do more help to Nick by talking about him than, that's why he tries to run all these like narratives, because he wants us to talk about him. But it's just, the irony is that there's just more interesting shit to talk about. Like, there really is, like, like this stream.
Hey, I got bigger problems to deal with in the studio, okay?
Right. Bring up Marcus's
I'm
comments.
removing it.
Bring up Marcus's comments. Archie, read this. Read this up.
what happened? Oh, well, that's Tommy. That's a metaphor. There is Tommy.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that? Fucking cockroach!
That's Tommy.
He sent in his fucking army of cockroaches.
You got him. You got him, Arch. You
Hey,
finally got the cockroach.
Bring up Marcus's comments. Let's go to Tim White's play. Look at this, Arch. Read this.
Jimmy made $1,500 in super chats, while Archie only made $150 yesterday because ER is now 100% supporting Timmy. Check
That's
the
Timmy.
playboard.
She's yours. She's yours. She's yours.
Hey, it is what it is. I
No,
backed
no,
the
no.
wrong side. I backed
No.
the wrong side.
No.
Tommy
He did,
controls ER.
can't
Tommy
complain.
controls 0000.
he did nothing wrong.
Wait,
It
wait,
was Tommy
here's a
all
question.
along.
Archie, why does Tommy have all of this access and keys and wrenches and everything? What has he done for Archieverse? What he's
He's
done so
used-
much, right?
Right away, Lux is going for it, right? So you can tell Lux wants those keys gone. Lux is going straight for it. He's like, why does Tommy have all this access? And that's where the really interesting part comes out.
He gave you a fucking car mats. Carmen, what is this?
Done so much for the Archieverse.
Tommy's not bad. Tommy's not bad.
No, you don't understand. He's the one who's fucked you over. He
And you can tell Archie doesn't answer it directly, right? Like, Lux is asking, why does Tommy have all this power? And Archie's like, he's not a bad guy. Like, again, he's not answering the question directly. He's clearly not trying to cause an issue with Tommy, right? Like, but Narc keeps pushing it because he, and again, you would think that Narc is being genuine. He's concerned, whatever. He always portrays himself that way, but it's just to go back to his OC shtick because the Narc, interesting enough, can't accept the fact that he's running a losing narrative, a narrative that nobody cares about. I'm here to point out to him that it's a trash narrative, and I find it pretty funny that he keeps going. And I'm going to keep pointing it out that, like, the longer he keeps it going, the worse it makes him look. But hey, right? Let's just see what Narc, his conspiracy theories are with OC.
controls ER. He's like a mini version of Tam. He's in a couple of years' time.
Get rid of him.
He destroyed Curly. He said he was a believer, and then what happened?
Okay, boys. I'll make it easy.
He's a
I've never done.
flip-flopper.
Knock. Give us a second, Archie. I've never done this before.
Uh-oh.
You see the banner at the top, the bottom of the page about being entertainment only.
Yeah.
It's either
Hey,
me or him. It's either me or him. Me or him.
There you go. It's the either me or him, right? So for anybody who really wants to know the crux of like what is going on with Curly, Mookie, and Lux, I think you kind of see a bit of it there, right? It's either me or him. And again, Lux is part joking in some of this, like, but some of these questions, like, why does he have access? It's either me or him, right? Like, he's trying to push Archie. Archie's on the stream, right? So Archie may make a decision to just do whatever, right? Like, and Lux maybe is shooting his best shot. Like, I think that's what I'm seeing here, because I'm just listening to the way he's speaking. Some of it's in jest. Some of it I think is real. I don't know.
About being entertainment only.
Yeah.
It's either
Hey,
me
we
or
can-
him.
we
It's
can-
either me or him. Me or him.
No, Scratchy. You got to
Hey,
understand.
I backed the wrong team. It's okay. It happens occasionally. Okay.
It's either me or him, Archie. Which are you gonna pick?
No, mental jock. No, Tommy controls her. He charms her.
Yes, no, he prides
No.
himself on it.
No, he preys on cougars. Do you understand? He's a cougar prayer. He knows how to handle them. He says, you know what he says to him? I love premenopausal women. I love women with stretch marks.
So Zeppy's saying Lux is as much of a prick as he can be, has fat to his ear, and is a loyal soldier. Bottom line, yeah, a lot of truth to that, Zeppy. Like I said it earlier, right? If you kind of just do the math, like Curly has made it clear that his participation in the Archieverse is purely voluntarily. He doesn't have the time to. He's pursuing other things. Obviously, we all know he's doing stuff with Mookie, but he was still willing to do stuff, but it'd be occasionally, right? So if you do the math, I mean, he makes $150, $200, like either once a week or every alternate week. Like Archie's got, at least in Archie's mind, I think he thinks that like Lux is making more than that, and Lux will show up every day, and Lux is available in a pinch, right? Like I think he's looking at consistency, and I do think that Lux probably, I don't know for sure, I could be wrong, but I do think that Lux probably put the gun to his head and said, hey, it's me or them, right? And Archie made that call. So I don't know if Lux was going for the power play with Tommy here. Lux is kind of questioning why Tommy has access to things that like, he's not really around. He's not really doing a lot of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Right. Billy Jeans, to settle this beef, Mucosa shows how he charts for the past 6 months of the 40% thing versus Lux morning show. Who generates more revenue for Archieverse and better viewership? It's a good question. But I think Billy Jeans, what's different here is like, Curly doesn't do the shows every day or as often as he used to, right? Like, so he's not necessarily running them 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, where he was making serious money for the dungeon. I remember the Narc that's what the Narc used to always do, is he would always try to compare, how did the dungeon do to the main show, right? Like, so yes, at a time, it was like that. But I think right now, when it comes to like the odd show here and there, I think the math at that point becomes like there's not really a net gain of him picking either side in that sense. Maybe Lux and Curly would be a similar value, with Curly just doing like one show. But again, you also have the fact that like Archie's looking at it like, well, when Archie is sick or he has to do something or whatever, he can call on Lux and Lux will show up, right? Nobody else, not Curly. And Curly does do it often enough, but he can't guarantee it with Curly, right? He can guarantee it pretty much with Lux. So I think from a business perspective, like Archie is making that decision on that case, but I do think that Lux, is definitely asking for other things to be removed. And I think it's important for everybody to understand, Lux is responding, in whatever way he feels is what he should be responding to what he thinks is happening to him. Is the way I see it, right? He sees he's being trolled, and look, when I get trolled, I respond with a troll, and maybe he feels that like his response isn't strong enough, or he doesn't want to do that, or that's just not in him, right? So he goes another route and then says, "Hey, me or them," right? He's got a lot of power. Like let's not forget that as one. It's like obviously not as much as Bear, but like Bear could hold the same kind of like whole kind of weight with Archie if he really came push come to shove.
Joseph lived life. He manipulates and calms them.
Naki, I really appreciate you coming on my show. That's what I enjoy.
No, Archie, I love you.
Thank you.
I don't want to.
I'm here too, Arch. I'm here too. I came.
Can we give Angelica's keys back? Can we start by giving Angelica's keys back?
Right.
He took them away. He took them away. He hated me.
We'll give you Tommy's keys. How about that?
Archie,
He ate all the pork, pretended that I ate it, and then threw me under the bus for a year, and then took my keys.
Forget about Archie, I think what you need to do is sometimes if Lux has to leave, Angelica can jump on, right? He needs to have keys.
I love Angelic.
But you ate all.
Yeah, look, in a perfect world, I think Narc's right. Like, again, the way I kind of approached the stream and what I was going to say about it, right? It's not a hate Curly, hate Mookie fest. It's not a hate Lux fest, right? It's none of those things. I think this situation could have been handled differently. I think that Archie should literally be communicating to JJ, to Curly and Mookie, and to other people, just saying, look, guys, like I'm struggling right now. I don't have a lot of people on my panel. Like I helped y'all out in the past. If you guys can help me, that'd be great. Like, and if people want to help, they help. If they don't, they don't, right? Like that's really how we should have approached it. But, it's not being approached that way. It's being approached like there's personal situations, I think, that are getting in, like that are wrapping into like channel business, right? Lux is having a problem with, Curly and Mookie potentially trolling him over a lot of, whether it's through clips or avatars, and Lux, which a lot of us just think is like, hey, it's just trolling, right? Like everybody does it. It's not anything that needs to go past trolling, right? But to Lux, maybe it's serious, and Lux is putting his foot down, right? Like that's really what's happening here. And if I'm Archie and I'm going to make the decision of like just saying, you know what, I'm going to part ways with Curly. I don't think he's parting ways with JJ. I just think they have a bit of in his mind, at least, he feels that there's some kind of a rift. I don't think JJ feels that way. But what he should be doing then is saying, okay, I got rid of the staff, right? I got rid of the guys that were making the 40%, because Archie's model, his business model, moved from him and one panelist with mostly him doing the content to he hired staff. He had people who would be volunteers. He had a lot of support, where he kind of delegated then a lot of the show to the support staff, whether that's, Bear or Lux or Curly or me or other people. Okay. Hey, that's fine. That worked. A lot of us pay to see, I'm not one of them that necessarily pays for Bear or for Curly or for other people. I pay to see Archie, but, if there are a lot of folks that pay to see, Curly. So if you're going to fire that staff, no problem. But then you then have to go back into, it's like any small business owner, right? If you fire your staff, well, then you need to go into the shop and do whatever work needs to be done, because you're the owner, right? Like, and I think that's just not what he's doing, and that's where the frustration comes from the community. And that's why the community is like, well, we want Curly back. We want Bear back. We want these guys back, because they want a good show. The audience just wants a show. We don't give a fuck how the sausage is made. We just want a good show. And if we don't get that, well, then we start seeking like the past. Well, okay, well, Curly's still around. Like, let's get him on because he'll give us a good show. When we should really be going to Archie and saying the show stinks. Like, you need to do better. And that's really it, right? And him getting better and doing better is a whole different like narrative I can get into. But we do have JJ in the chat. I want to pull up some of his comments. The rift is being force fed to Archie from behind the scenes. He knows very well I have no rift with him. Yeah, I mean, I saw JJ in the chat yesterday when Archie was saying, oh, well, I'm not going to be invited to the dinner. And JJ refuted that right away, saying, hey, man, like, you're invited. Like, and then Archie went to keep berating him. And then it was funny because JJ's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to comp you on this dinner anymore, but like, you're invited, right? Like everybody else. So, yeah, I just think that, I think that it's just it's just a situation where Archie, a lot of it's in Archie's head. I don't think it's really on JJ's side. Archie has been honest and declared his struggles repeatedly. I think a lot of these struggles, I'm going to tell you that even myself, like, I mean, I've been helping for going on now 2 years, and I was called back in to help because of the robbery, because Archie was at his low, just like JJ was, and a lot of other people that contributed. When I showed up, Archie was a broken man, right? Like, the soul, it's like the soul was stolen from the guy, because if you think about it, those watches were his life savings, right? Like, he would, either horse trade or take credit and then pay it off. And that's really all he had to show for it, right? Was that. And if that is your life, right? And I told a lot of people this story is, Archie lost his mother very young in his life. I think he was like 15. He was very young. And it was the same time he gravitated to luxury goods. And I have a feeling, and this is just speculation, that, luxury goods to him, in some way, shape, or form have replaced the love potentially of his mother. Maybe not to the full extent, but some of it I think he traded in his life, and he sees that as comforting to him, like a mother would be. So when you see him, like, caress his goods and kiss it and smell it, like, it kind of makes sense. So, obviously I've been around for, 2 years since, and when New York happened and we all came back, and Archie's like, this was the best trip of my life. It changed my life. A lot of us thought, hey, Archie, you've got his mojo back. Like, he's back into watches. He's back into the interest in the show and all that shit. But what it was really about was he met Mrs. Lai on his New York trip. And that's when he planned all his travel, right? Because he was going to go to Shenzhen. He was going to go to fucking wherever, and he does his Melbourne trip. And he complains about these trips that are centered around Mrs. Lai, not centered around the Archieverse, not going to see the punchers like he did in Darwin, or like he did in Thailand, or like he did in London, and hopefully like he should have done. I don't think he's going to do it, but to New York City, like he never. And what really really hit me was, I asked him a question. I just got the Patek Philippe magazine in the mail a few weeks ago, and I messaged him on WhatsApp, and I'm like, hey, did you get your copy? What do you think? And he said to me in private, he said, I haven't read those magazines since the robbery. Like, this is a guy who has not recovered from the robbery. Obviously, compounded with the death of his son and other things, right? Like, Archie's a guy who hates his job, who has lost his passion for watches, whose job is to talk watches every day for 3 hours, sometimes actually more than that, like 5 hours realistically, because he does the evening show. So I think that, like, the fans, whether they're new fans or old fans, need to understand that about him, and understand that that's where his mindset is right now, right? So he is, I don't think, capable even of putting together like shows that he used to do where he's super engaged and everything else. I think the support staff is important right now. To me, at least to me, I just care about Archie. I don't really care about the support staff. I do have a lot of friends on the support staff, you could say, but for a lot of you that are watching in the audience, having a good show is important, and that support staff is important. And that's why I understand a lot of the anger around, well, why would you cut Curly, right? And why would you cut Mookie? I mean, these guys have done nothing but help you. 40% of something is better than 100% of nothing, right? And they're absolutely right. I just think it's unnecessary. I don't think he needs it right now. Like, to really understand where Archie is, like, he's literally at day 2 of the robbery. That's where he is, and he hasn't moved. And yeah, is he buying watches? Yeah, but he's not getting the love from the fans, that I think he wants, right? And I think he's a little delusional to think that we would give him a lot of love for his fucking JLC master compressor shitter, but he seeks it, and then he sees that nobody gives a fuck about it, right? Like, and he just kind of gets back into that rut. Like, Archie does not like watches. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm fucking convinced that he just, I mean, does he love watches? Yes. Is he in love with watches right now, or does he even like watches right now? I don't think so. I think he's lost his love for collecting. I think he's lost a lot of it. And I think the only way he's ever going to come back is through his friends, people that consider him a friend, his fans, his support staff, like, fighting amongst each other. To me, yeah, I get it. It's personal, with, in certain cases, but, it doesn't really help. Kind of focusing Archie's attention on the periphery channels like Watch Nick that have like 10 fucking viewers. Like, let Watch Nick do his thing, right? Like, we're gonna have our own fun with Watch Nick and the Grievance Garage. Like, we know how to have our own fun with those guys. But depressing Archie because of it, or trying to depress him because of it, Yeah, I mean, that's not really helpful, right? Like, what's helpful is actually coming on, talking some watches with him, supporting the guy, understanding where he's at. And if you care about the show and you want the show to continue, really, this is a crowdsourced show, right? Guys like Buckley, they don't get it, right? It's not, they don't have the connection. They may never have the connection. Most people don't, right? And that's cool. But a lot of us do. And a lot of us, because people say, well, why do you care about the character? A lot of people don't. They don't give a fuck about Archie. They give a fuck about the verse. They give a fuck about the platform. They give a fuck about having somewhere to go at, 6:45 at night or whatever. They care more about that than they care about Archie. So, I think a lot of those folks have to understand that, like, why do people come and do this for free or whatever? It's because they love doing it. They enjoy doing it. It's fun to them. They're not here, to be entertained. They're here for entertainment, and they feel that is the entertainment. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way I see it. When it comes to the Archieverse and Archie himself. But I do really feel that, like, he hasn't recovered from the robbery. I don't think he ever will completely. I think the only chance he really has to recover quickly would be if he actually got those watches back. I think that would be it. But, like, I think everything else is just us having a good time, us understanding with him that it's not going to be perfect. And if we like the platform, we like the verse, that's why we're here. We're not here necessarily for him. We're here for everybody else. I like Mookie. I like Lux. I like Jock. I like Dirk. I got no beef with nobody. I like the Narc. Talked to Watch Nicholas today, offline. Like, there's nobody I hate, in the verse, and everybody's got, their own little piece of it that makes it good, right? So, I think that's what we need to focus on if we're really thinking about the verse, right? Is that I'm going to end on this comment here because Archie just went live. Tan, why people betrayed Archie when he's at his lowest, robbery, Leslie? Yeah, look, man, it's tough. Like, a lot of people ask me that question, right? They scapegoat me. Tan is, hiding behind lust to do whatever, right? Like, or Tan loves bum fights or whatever. Like, I'm here every day. Like, I'm here, whether it's super chatting, running shows, helping Archie with the narrative. I'm here every day. I'm the one guy who hasn't really walked out on him and whatnot in this case. But hey, it is what it is. And I'm what I'm saying to you guys, I'm practicing what I'm preaching. If I'm saying, hey, just help out a bit, doesn't have to be every day, doesn't have to be everybody, doesn't have to be you all the time. But if everybody could contribute a little bit, I think the Archieverse is going to get better. With that, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. This was The Dungeon. I am the narrative. I'll see you guys next time. Let's go all head over to the Archie Lecture main show. It should be linking you guys over. Take care.